Hey, what's up guys? Will here for GSM Arena. Today we have a heavyweight matchup in store. On the one side is this year's top iPhone, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And on the other is one of the top Android flagships, Google's Pixel 9 Pro XL. Which one is the better flagship? Let's put the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the Pixel 9 Pro XL head to head and find out. Despite their differences, this year's flagships from Google and Apple are some of the most premium phones you can find on the market. The iPhone 16 Pro Max brings all of Apple's latest features, plus the largest screen on an iPhone yet. The Pixel 9 Pro XL brings the best from Google, and it's the largest Pixel, although only slightly bigger than last year's Pixel 8 Pro. These phones are nearly the same size-wise, and they're in the same weight class too. The difference is just a few grams. They don't look so different. Both have a flat glass design and rounded corners. The iPhone has a titanium frame, while the Pixel's is aluminum, and the phones each use a different brand of tempered glass. The iPhone has a dedicated hardware button, which can be used for launching shortcuts. It's called the Action Key. There's also the brand new camera control on this year's iPhones. You can use it to start the camera, to access and change settings on the fly, and of course to shoot photos and take videos, all without having to touch the display. The Pixel 9 Pro XL does have something unique of its own though, a temperature sensor housed next to the cameras. And both phones have IP68 rated ingress protection, but the iPhone's is rated for deeper water submersion to a depth of 6 meters versus 1.5 on the Pixel. You'll find a slight difference in the screen size of the two phones. This year's Pro Max has a 6.9-inch OLED with a 120Hz refresh rate and ceramic shield glass protection. The Pixel, on the other hand, has a slightly smaller 6.8-inch OLED with the same refresh rate and Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection. Since both displays use LTPO tech, their refresh rates are extra adaptive, able to dial down from a smooth 120Hz to as low as 1 Hz when idling to save energy. While both displays have great brightness, the Pixel's display is the brighter one. We measured up to a maximum of nearly 1800 nits on the Pro Max when in auto mode and exposed to bright conditions, but the Pixel could achieve over 2300 nits. Both panels are plenty sharp, and content looks excellent on either phone. The iPhone supports Dolby Vision video though, on top of the HDR10 and HDR10 Plus video support you get on the Pixel. But the Pixel has a much smaller cutout for its selfie camera. At least Apple makes use of this space with its dynamic island functionality. It shows relevant info and shortcuts around this black bar. The iPhone's cutout is large because it holds a secondary 3D TOF sensor, which enables secure Face ID. In contrast, for secure biometrics on the Pixel, you'll be using the ultrasonic under-display fingerprint reader. Both the iPhone and the Pixel have stereo speakers, and you can count on very good loudness and great sound quality from either one. Let's listen to compare. Of course, the software experience is one major difference between iPhones and Android phones. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with Apple's latest iOS 18. Meanwhile, the Pixel 9 Pro XL uses the latest version of Google's Android interface. At the time of this video, that's the new Android 15. But while they have their different layouts and quirks, both aim to deliver cutting-edge AI-based features. Some of these are quite similar, such as summarizations of calls, texts, and emails. And there are also tools within either phone to remove unwanted objects from your photos. On the Pixel, you also get tools for generating images and designs, but these haven't rolled out to the iPhone yet. Those features, along with several others like further integration of ChatGPT, are meant to be added to the iPhone later down the line. There's overall a lot more available on the Pixel to play around with, including fun ones like Add Me, which allows you to build your own group photos from separate shots. The truth of the matter is, Google's AI features are further developed. They've been around for years already. Apple's are just rolling out now for the first time, so it'll take them a while to catch up. When it comes to software support, Apple's is solid. They traditionally offer 5 years of major OS upgrades. Google makes an even bigger promise though. The Pixel 9 Pro XL will get 7 years of full software support. It's worth mentioning that while both phones can come with up to a terabyte of storage on board, the base model of the iPhone has 256 gigs, while the base model of the Pixel has just 128. Now let's talk chipset performance. The iPhone 16 Pro Max uses Apple's A18 Pro, which is meant to be the most powerful and power efficient yet. The Pixel 9 Pro XL, on the other hand, uses the Google Tensor G4 chipset, which has less power than other top flagship silicon, but Google claims that it's well optimized. In benchmarks, the iPhone blows the Pixel away, earning something like double the scores in several tests. So the iPhone is probably the better choice if you're into playing cutting-edge games on your phone. Still, when using the Pixel, we found the experience smooth and fluid, and we didn't run into any hiccups or slowdowns. While the Pixel 9 Pro XL has the larger battery, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is the battery champion here. The Pixel earned a respectable active use score, but the iPhone was significantly better across all of our tests, earning one of the best active use scores around. On the other hand, the Pixel is faster to charge. It can go from 0 to 67% in half an hour, versus 46% on the iPhone in the same amount of time. A full charge was considerably faster on the Pixel too. And both phones support wireless charging. And now we have the cameras. The iPhone has a 48-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel 5x telephoto zoom, and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide with autofocus. The Pixel setup is similar. There's a 50-megapixel main cam, a 48-megapixel 5x telephoto zoom, and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide cam. And for selfies, the iPhone has a 12-megapixel front-facing cam, and the Pixel's is 42 megapixels. Both have autofocus. In broad daylight, both phones capture great photos with their main cameras. The quality is quite comparable. The color rendition from the Pixel is a bit more lively than that of the iPhone. Also, the Pixel's shots tend to be a bit cleaner than the iPhone's. 5x zoom photos from the telephoto cameras are neck and neck when it comes to clarity. The differences in color and contrast mean that the better look is up to your personal preference. And from the ultra-wide camera, the Pixel again captures livelier images overall. At night, the iPhone's main camera has an advantage in sharpness and detail over the Pixel's, which applies heavier noise reduction and smooths out some textures. And it's again the iPhone that captures better nighttime photos at 5x zoom. Its detail is finer, and it also has the upper hand in dynamic range in most situations. Comparing the ultra-wides at night, we'd say the Pixel has a strong advantage in dynamic range, producing better exposures and more likable shadows. Both phones capture really nice selfies, but the Pixel has a wider field of view to capture more of your surroundings, or a group. And here's a look at the 4K selfie video quality from either phone. The iPhone is the better device when it comes to video recording. For starters, it's able to record 4K slow-mo at 120 FPS, and it can also capture Dolby Vision video. Plus, the iPhone just produces better quality footage. It has the upper hand, regardless of if you're recording from the main camera, the telephoto cam, or the ultra-wide. In low light, the performance is more on par, but the iPhone still has the edge. So there you have it, guys, Google's flagship versus Apple's. So which is better? Both phones have a similar size and build, large LTPO displays, and great sounding speakers. The daylight photo quality is comparable too. But the iPhone 16 Pro Max has better water resistance, and both a more powerful chipset and much longer battery life. The video recording is better, and you also get unique features like secure Face ID, the dynamic island, the action key, and the camera control key. The Pixel 9 Pro XL has more fleshed out AI features and longer software support. Its charging speed is faster, and it takes more vibrant looking photos. Both of these phones are great, but the iPhone has the edge here, especially if you want better battery life or plan to play heavy games. If you want Android though, the Pixel is the way to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.